Reminiscence, I see the picture in my mind. Reminiscing, now the names are hard to find. Mongolia. The chill of the wind rushing against my face. On horseback, coming back for the battle I embrace. Sunset and over the woodlands in the valley is golden. A wound on my legs getting swollen, and that don't take the thrill away from victory. And this ends up a sad story that has to be. Thinking about my wife, she's like a grapevine, blooming with fruit, and I know that she's all mine. And hardly wait to hold her tight with my arms, while I hear the jingling on her clothes from Mongolian charms. But I'm the lieutenant of the army, it's my duty to tell the king all about our journey. We arrived to the palace and told the king the news. We must head a man and then they go to pub is what they choose. I said I must be going back to my house to see my beautiful wife coming out with a blouse. So I jump on my horse and go a little bit farther. I stop at the market, so them flowers I bought her. Finally arrived to my boat, I was full of joy to see my two kids running about with their toys. And there standing in the door was my Mongolian wife. You should have seen the way she looked, man, what a sight. Mongolia. So hard, hair brushing against my cheek, hair black like night and eyes so dark. And you think the kids tugging on my belt for me to look. So I gave her the flowers and my wife started to cook. Such a magnificent night, it was filled with magic. And all I could do sit here in this life and imagine it. The next morning awakened to the sound of knocking. Somebody wants to come in and boy, they ain't stopping. Open the door, it was a message from the king. Their city was in the siege of a battle and I must bring all my men and my servants prepared for the war. Maybe we wipe them out this time, it'll be no more. At war with other nations, our biggest threat is China. We'll be taking over the city, my king, and trying to find her. The golden shields, the golden swords of King Plumage. And then I started entering the slaughtered village. People dead, hanging out their window sills. And at that point, I was getting crazy chills. I see a battalion of men with chariots and horses, headed of all their kings' designed courses. Charging up to the men, greeting them with my sword. Calling upon the men for back for support. Swinging my shield, taking up off arms, aiming to chest. Using all my attack capabilities to my best. I hear the voice of my admiral. It was stabbed and killed from the ground as blood spilled. So I took my spear, plunged it through the back of a assailant where his cavity made a crack. This went on for at least an hour, till we noticed all our enemies were devoured. Mongolia. Reminiscing, I got a feeling in my chest. Reminiscing, I got a feeling I know best. Reminiscing, I see a picture in my mind. Reminiscing, now the names are hard to find. Mongolia. Rode off to the palace of my lord the king, thinking to myself like a bee with a mighty sting. It was fortified so they couldn't get the gate to break. So I joined in the battle, that way I could take many lives of the enemy, protect the throne. In a week you see nothing but bones, swinging and chopping, the people be going down. The sword along with the people screaming was the sound. Plunging my sword deep in the lower intestines. All the people I slayed in one day is impressive. Some of them started to flee in the woods, running as fast as they can. So we held the swords and took our stands. Mongolia. Reminiscing, I see the picture in my mind. Reminiscing, now the names are hard to find. Mongolia. Mongolia. See that we won the battle, kingdom wasn't taken, and nothing of the king in mind will ever break it. Protected by the Lord, probably nobody make the capture. Doesn't matter how many times we prepare for the rapture. Somebody scream dead, get back to your village. And there's rebels in there and they're raping and pillaging. So a shock, I'm out of my horse and rode as fast as she could run. Now it's time of day, I have to beat the sun. The journey felt like forever and then some. Finally got to my home place and I turned numb. More people dead here than all else in the land. It's like they knew I lived here, they must feel grand. Ran in my house to find it nothing but empty. Looked under the table, kids are lying there limply, and they ain't responding to me. Then my little girl opened her eyes and began to see. She whispered in my ear that they took mommy out the door, and then they went down the road, she saw him no more. Just then she died in my blood-stained hut. Right now I'm feeling nothing, my emotions are shut. Ran out the door, Reminiscent, I got the feeling I know best. Reminiscent, I see the picture in my mind. Reminiscent, now the names are hard to find. Mongolia, Mongolia. Reminiscent, I got a feeling in my chest. Reminiscent, I got a feeling I know best. Reminiscent, see the picture in my mind. Reminiscent, now the names are hard to find. Ran up to a ditch and I noticed something white. Stumbled down to it and it put me in fright. It was my beautiful wife lying there dead. She was also raped and then struck in the head. I picked her up in my arms and started to cry. Pulled her close to my body but there was no reply. Couldn't believe that my whole family was slain. Then I felt something on my back like pain. Then some men from behind drove a spear through my chest. And I had visions of my family being slaughtered on my death. And I died in anger and sadness, clinging hard to it. Later I had to be bombarded. But that's part two. Mongolia, this is for you. Mongolia. Reminiscent, I got a feeling in my chest. Reminiscent, I got a feeling I know best. Reminiscent, I see the picture in my mind. Reminiscent, the names are hard to find. Mongolia, Mongolia. Reminiscent, I got a feeling in my chest. Reminiscent, I got a feeling I know best. Reminiscent, I see the picture in my mind. Reminiscent, now the names are hard to find. Mongolia.